this war is wrong, right or wrong. It's time to come home, bring them home, bring our brothers home. Too much dying, they've been gone too long. People crying that this war is wrong, right or wrong. It's time to come home. With all due respect.
MC Hammer is a rapper, entertainer and dancer. Besides that, he's known for his strong messages in his rap songs.
Style, rhymes and use of symbolism. It is a rap song and it is performed by MC Hammer. There are 3 refrains. It rhymes A-A-B-B, but there are some exceptions.
The message is that he wants Bush to bring the American soldiers home from war. He explains that he supports the way Bush has handled the situation and that he does not regret that he voted for him.
Two suns in the sunset. An ancient sign of the apocalypse, an indication of the peak of human technology. We seek perfection to avoid death. The result of perfection seeks our death.
The Manhattan Project created the atom bomb. Allied with Great Britain, the United States created what made the explosion over Hiroshima and Nagasaki August 1945 possible. The physicist G.R. Oppenheimer was responsible for the development of the first atom bomb the world had ever seen. The physicist Niels Bohr warned against the use of the new bombs, which were based on uranium and plutonium and their consequences.
I think of all the good things that we have left undone, and I suffer premonitions, confirm suspicions of the Holocaust to come. The rusty wire that holds the cord.
Faster and faster. Since the creation of man, our strive to perfect, enlarge and conquer has preceded all other demands and needs. Evolution is said to be the key of the human race success. Warfare has defined the past 100 years of development, but we've reached a limit. A paradox of enormous proportions. We've created a weapon that destroys too much.
There is a major differences between the movie and the book.
For example, Anderson is inventive of free crime in the book, but the movie is just an employee.
Pre-crime is a government branch in the novel and a police department in the movie.
The short story Minority Report was a revolutionary science fiction story at the time where it was published. Mankind had a Martian way of seeing space. It means that we wanted to move our space frontier far, far out, to colonize space, to conquer space. But in 1968, the first photo of Earth seen from space was published. That photograph changed people's way of seeing space.
Minority Report is a mix of hard science fiction
And soft science fiction. The focus of the story is characters and the society, instead of the scientific evidence.
Even though the pre-crime system is scientific and morally incorrect, the focus of the story is not on the scientific content of pre-crime,
but on the dilemma of the reliability of the pre-crime.
Minority Report is a soft science fiction story, but with aspects from
Hard science fiction.
I wish I could swim like dolphins can swim. Though nothing will keep
The song Heroes is about 2 lovers meeting by the Berlin Wall. When the Second World War ended in 1945 and the Cold War began, Germany was divided in 2. On one side was France, England, and America, and on the other side, USSR.
The Cold War was between the communists with the USSR in front and the capitalists with the USA in front. The two countries fought a cold battle because they didn't shoot on each other like in the real war, but they stood in front of each other at the checkpoint Charlie at the Berlin Wall. Berlin was the center of the Cold War. It was here the whole world saw the consequences of battle between communists and capitalists.
The rest of the world watched the divided city, how countries fighting a fight for values on other nations' expense. And so did the famous rock star David Bowie. David Bowie and his old friend punk rock icon Iggy Pop traveled to Berlin. Bowie and Pop had come to Berlin to escape from the drug abuse, and Bowie to escape from his rock star life in the USA.
The lyrics in the song title seem quite minimalistic and a little naive, describing a young couple kissing by the wall while the gunshots roll above their heads. Their love guaranteed them just 1 day's invulnerability to the Cold War. The music also seems quite minimalistic compared to Bowie's former stadium rock songs.
Any stowaway discovered in an EDS shall be jettisoned immediately following discovery. He knew that rule. It was the law, and nothing could be done about it. That was one of the important things by being in the empire. Suddenly, he hears a sound from the closet of a spaceship. He walks over to it, and the door opens. His smile disappears, and he is speechless. It was a young girl. The girl looks at him with scared eyes. She tries to explain to him how much she wants to see her brother on the other planet. The pilot feels very sad about the situation, and he tries to tell the girl about the law. But she has never heard about it before. She's just a young girl trying to see his brother. The pilot knows what to do, but it is not easy. If he saves the spaceship would crash, killing her, the pilot, and the men in need of medication on the godforsaken planet. The last thing the girl could do before ending her life was writing 2 short letters, one for her brother and one for her parents. She had now accepted her fate.